Hey guys, this is RC Mechanic and welcome to the new year. It's New Year's Eve and I've decided to bring back a series that several people have really liked last year, but never got a chance to do more than a couple videos. This series is called Fast Trucks Equals Broken Trucks, which is so true. The faster your truck is, you're going to break something. So this video, we're going to go and do some upgrades to the Losi Rockeray. What we're going to do with this thing is we're going to tear it down. There's a few things I changed on it I should not have. One being, let me move the truck a little bit. One being this battery box right here. I modified it to make a really big battery. Modified it to make this really big battery fit the battery compartment, and which was is a mistake because this is a soft case. And what happened is that the end of this battery went all the way up to where the steering is, and when we tear this thing apart, I'll show you exactly what happened there. And when you do that, you run a risk of puncturing the lipo, and if you puncture the lipo, well, it likes to start on fire. So I'm going to put and I'm going to take and change the battery box back to original, because when I do run 6S, I run different batteries, and that would be these batteries. And as you can see, one of these batteries is a lot shorter and thinner than this big one. Now this one here is 3-cell. This is a 3-cell too. This is a 5500 milliamp 3-cell. I can't remember what the discharge rate is on it, but these here 3000 and with a 30C, and this car just goes nuts. However, when we did run it on a 6-cell, I did have a problem with the front differential, which is one of the reasons why we're tearing it apart today. The other thing we're going to do to fix that differential problem is I have these aluminum, I don't know what you call them, diff carrier or diff cup. The Losi comes with plastic, and the screws for the plastic are Phillips head. Now, I've never ever been able to get those Phillips heads to tighten down all the way, so I got a feeling since I can't do that and the diff cup is plastic, they like to back out and causing the front differential to skip. Now the back differential, that one is locked. However, while we're here, and since I have two of these right here, I'm going to go ahead and change them both. The other thing we're going to do is I have not broken the rear drive line yet, but I have changed out, had to change out the front axles, and I put these hot racing axles in, and they're holding up really well. So I got another one for the rear, so we're going to put that in too. And the last thing I got is a T-Bone Racing front bumper. I don't know, I think it'd probably be a good idea to have something there, and I looked at a bunch of the pictures on the T-Bone Racing site, and it looks pretty hot, so we're going to throw that on too. As far as anything else, I think we might put some headlights in, and then there's just like with any radio control, there's always something that needs or could be changed. See these shock towers right here. These are plastic, right? And I believe I'm going to change those out for aluminum. Reason being is I think when the suspension's compressed all the way, and I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's a bow in that cross brace. I think when the suspension's compressed all the way, that it actually causes these to actually push in this way, which can be kind of a problem after a while, because plastic will eventually have it'll bend, it'll stay that way long enough, it'll create a memory and it won't straighten out again. I'm not sure if they actually make an upgrade for these. I may have to build something, I don't know, or if I can get this here to actually straighten back out, and after we put these rear shock mounts in, maybe it'll cause, it'll solve the problem. So here you can probably see it a little better right here now. This is this black plastic piece. It's just bolted to the chassis right down in here. So yeah, we're gonna throw some headlights in it. We're gonna rebuild the shocks. Check out anything else you may need. When I built this kit almost 2 years ago, I gotta tell you, I have run the heck out of it. A few videos I've done on camera, and then there's the all the time I ran it not on camera. So I don't run everything always on camera, although I do a lot. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but my Emax the shock oil dribbled all over it. So I'll get them all cleaned up. I may put a new servo horn in it. Never had a problem with it. It's one of those upgrades that they say that, one of those necessary upgrades that you should always do with the rock rig, but I never did do it. Never had a problem with it, but as we tear this thing down, maybe we'll see something that'll require us to change that out. So anyway, stick around. This is going to be a lot of fun, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and just take this body off right now so we can see what's going on. So you can see actually not just so you can see what's going on, but you can see what I did as far as like the battery box and all. I'll take these little guys out and yeah, so stick around. Okay, so I took the body off, and one thing you guys need to consider is if you own one of these and you've never taken the body off, is that, let me grab one. There's these here isolators that go up in behind the body. Make sure you take those off, put them in a dish or something, because they're just going to fall off anyway, and then you'll lose them, and nothing will fit right when you go to put the body back on. Okay. Same thing goes for, I call them screw buttons, and those, let's see if I can find one in. I didn't lose one. I know I didn't. Yeah. These screw buttons, they go on the outside, so make sure you put all that stuff in a dish so they don't get lost. Alright? Okay, so taking a look at the top part of the cage, you can see that there's nothing bowed right here, so that part's good. Looks like I did forget, or I lost a screw for the light bar here, so I have to make sure that I put one of those back in. In order to get these guys out right here, need to just kind of like flip that forward, take this wire out of the way, and there's a screw here and here on each side. You just kind of just pull them out without breaking it. Alright, and that right there exposes you to this monstrous power plant right here. my castle. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, my battery box, it's all bent out of shape because I modified it and I should not have. So I go ahead and I'm going to put that new one in here. We're going to actually take the front end apart first, because that is the most difficult part, and because you got to pull all this stuff off. But for now, I'm going to take the rest of this roof cage off, just 2 screws right here, and you'll get the wheels off, and I'll be back in a minute.